we got some more PvP gameplay in Zone 3. City of Moria finally managed to take the pass level 3, and we are moving towards the Hydra and the Necro Giant, which is owned by Elandia, right? Of course, as always, we are going to try to have some fun with the Archer gameplay, and as always, I will try my best to get as much merits as possible. We are going to check out at first my 5 legions which I'm currently using and you can see sometimes I'm changing my lineup because I want to test some new stuff and well, actually you can make that happen whenever you are winning the KVK, right? So, first March is Kinara with the Nico, and I'm using Control Talent Tree because my Snow Peacock is pretty nice and I wanted to have some more defense breaks, some more control from the Control Tree. The next one, which is my weakest March so far, which is Falgrim and Sibyl. None of those heroes are actually awakened, they are pretty weak, but after the update on Sibyl, they are performing really well. And of course we have Barbed Manticore, which has a 3-star talent skill, and that's the reason why I wanted to use that hero pair. The third one, which is Muxiang with Thea with tier 5 wyverns, and I'm finally using the new war pet which came from this Dragon Siege KVK. That's of course Thunderdrake, right? I have not got the last skill on the Thunderdrake for the archers, but still, I want to try it out. I want to see how the Thunderdrake will perform, and hopefully it will be a good result, because without the skills, I actually tried it, but it was not really impressive. That's why I was thinking maybe I need some more skills in order for Drake to deal some damage, but let's see, right? Let's see what will be the amount of damage from the Thunderdrake. The fourth legion, which I have, of course, yet again, it's Archer, my best March in terms of getting merits in the Dragon Siege KVK. That's, of course, Ruby and Kylan, right? Ruby and Kylan with 3-star Wind Whistle. Now, of course, this is the best Archer hero pair so far in the game in terms of getting merits, not in terms of survivability, but you for sure is going to get highest amount of merits whenever you're gonna play with Ruby and Kylan. And my advice would be that every single Archer player should have Awakened Ruby and Awakened Kylan. The last hero pair which we are using here is of course Magrat and Zaida, the second best archer hero pair in the game. Of course, when Magrat and Zaida came out for a while, maybe for more than a year, they were the best ones, but yeah, I'm really glad that finally archers got something which they can be proud of, and that's actually 2 hero pairs which is going to get you a lot of merits. We are using Shadow Manticore on Magrat and Zaida, and Shadow Manticore is actually the best war pet which I currently have in terms of stars, in terms of time spent, and in terms of currency which I have spent on Shadow Manticore. I got 3-star Chain Strike and 3-star Intense Chain Strike on my Shadow Manticore. Of course, I wish I had same amount of stars on Wind Whistle, but it is what it is. I have never spent a single dollars in terms of war pets in this game, and it requires a lot of time for players like me to actually increase the stars of the other skills other than talent skill, right? Because talent skill can be upgraded by simply just playing the game. Now, I'm actually really glad that Call of Dragons have at least one feature of this game which requires for all the players, no matter if you are spender or if you are free-to-play player, every single type of player should actually go and catch a lot of pets, and that's the only way how you can actually get a 3-star talent skill. And nowadays, if you are not having 3-star talent skill, unfortunately you are really weak in terms of damage, in terms of survivability, and unfortunately you won't gonna get a lot of merits during the fight. So Minimum requirements in order for you to have a lot of merits in this game is to make your Warpath's main talent skills 3-star, and of course, if you are going to continue and make some other skills 3-stars, that's for sure the better job, right? I strongly believe that besides heroes, Warpaths in this game is basically the second priority. This is like, I remember when Warpaths came out in this game, people thought that it was just an accessory like a Pokemon, but soon enough everybody find out that it's not like accessory, it's basically that you are having 3 heroes in your lineup whenever you have a good Warpath. There is a lot of Warpaths in this game which deal more damage than heroes, so of course if you are trying your best to increase the levels of your heroes, the skill levels, and if you are trying your best to awaken your heroes, then trust me, it's kind of same style as awakening heroes and making your Warpaths 3-star. So give enough attention towards that. It will give you a lot of benefits, especially in terms of the merits, because as soon as I got like a couple of Warpaths on a 3-star mark, my merits every single KVK went from 12 million to from like 6-7 million to 12 million. So I already made a lot of videos explaining how important Warpaths are in this game, and hopefully more and more players are believing me, because I can actually show you by my own gameplay. You can see my past videos, past PvP videos, what kind of merits we were having at the end of the KVKs. Generally, on average, it was like 6, 7, 8, maximum 9 million merits, and we are right now playing in a zone 3, which is not even the last zone, right? And I already got 60 million merits, which is a huge achievement for me. And of course, I will try my best to increase the merits amount more and more. So that's my biggest tip. Try your best to make your Warpath 3-star, especially talent skill, because you don't really need anything else besides playing the game. So hopefully every single player who is watching my videos, they will understand that even if you are having like level 1 artifact and you have a 3-star talent skills on your Warpaths, you are already doing amazing job. You should already get a lot of merits if you understand how Call of Dragons in general is played, right? So yeah, that's like a small talk in terms of Warpaths. I basically try my best to share all the experiences which I get from this game, and the highest amount of upgrades which I got is actually from Warpath. So yeah, try your best, make your talent skills 3-star. That's another reason why I believe that maining a troop type in this game is really important, especially if you are not spender. There is not a amount of currencies, not a single amount of gems. You can't really go and make every single Warpath 3-star. Even if you are spender, that's basically almost impossible, right? You have to be playing this game for a long time in order for you to have every single troop type Warpath 3-star. So try to understand where you enjoy the gameplay most. Maybe it's infantry, maybe it's archers, mages, cavalry. You have multiple choices, right? As soon as you're gonna understand, for example, that you like archers, you like mages, try to focus only on your main troop type items, right? Try to focus on archer heroes if you're archer main, try to focus on archer Warpaths, and try to focus on archer artifacts. That's the best possible way to upgrade your strongest lineups when you are focusing on the archer gameplay, of course, if you are archer main, right? If you are mage main, try to focus on mage heroes, try to focus on mage Warpaths. That's the way I think every single player should be playing Call of Dragons, especially if you are not spending in this game, right? So hopefully that's another tip which is really easy to make it happen. You basically don't care about other heroes, you don't care about other Warpaths, what kind of other heroes are coming out for a different kind of troop types. Your main focus should be your main troop type. Of course, if you are spending, that's a totally different topic, because you will have enough legendary tokens, legendary medals,
the forged keys to unlock the different troop type artifacts. So I'm mainly talking about free-to-play players who doesn't really have enough resources, enough stuff to actually have multiple troop type legendary heroes awakened, and hopefully this time from my own gameplay I can actually showcase how you can actually have a good account whenever you are maining and focusing on one troop type. As you can see here, we got a small fight. I mainly wanted to talk about the tips which I can give you by my own experience, so hopefully you will use those tips and it will be easier for you to actually get the amount of merits which I'm getting myself, right? Because if I find out that something is actually performing really well, I always want to share, because I believe this is how Kingdom Builders community should be played. I believe that this is the reason why I'm making videos, to make it easier for every single player after watching my videos to understand how this game can be played, how I'm playing this game, and how I'm getting the amount of merits which I'm getting, because I believe if you are spreading around resources for every single troop type, you won't gonna even have one troop type which is giving you enough merits to enjoy the game, right? Because when I started the game, I also made some mistakes. I also thought that I could have a different troop type heroes depending which ones I liked the most. So since I understood that I like archers, I started investing on only archer heroes, on only archer war pets, on only archer artifacts. Everything got easier and easier. So hopefully after watching my guide videos, after watching my conversation videos, which this is semi-conversation, semi-PvP, it will be easier for you to make some decisions, especially if you are spending in this game. Of course, you have to have enough information in order for you to actually spend wisely, right? Because spending doesn't really mean that you're gonna have the best account. You have to know where and when you have to spend. So yeah, this is a small fight. I guess we are the one who are attacking towards our opponents, but since we already took the spire, we can chill. We are expecting that our opponents would push us a little bit to take the spire from us, because the amount of players who are in our ball is not much, and that's why I thought that it would be some action around the battlefield, but as we can see, not a lot of action here, right? I can easily give you a small review for the KVK. We are the city of Moria, which has the highest amount of merits in this KVK. I think we even have some of the ally members in our second alliance, which is SOG, and we have 500 million merits there. So in total, we should have like 2 billion merits from the KVK, and I can honestly say that every single fight which we did in this Dragon Siege KVK was the winning fights. We were victorious, and I can't even wait until we're gonna go into the last zone and try our luck against the newest Zone 5 behemoths, which looks honestly super good. And of course, not only the behemoth looks good, but also the frame which this behemoth is going to give us, it also looks really nice. So hopefully we will be the ones who will actually get that Thunderdrake frame for the avatar, and I will be more than glad to use it sometimes, but for myself I have a content creator's frame, so it's not the necessity, but still I believe everybody wants to get all the available frames which this game is giving us. And let me be a little bit more aggressive here, since we can go and attack mage players. That's the best possible target for us. I would never advise you to go and do something like this, but since I had low amount of troops on my hero pairs, this was the decision which I took. I will be more than glad if I could use a Roaring Rager here, which is nice. And yeah, that's the first aggressive move, and this is the reason why I tell you that whenever you are fighting, try your best to play defensive, especially if you're attacking towards your opponent's cities, because they can easily jump. they can easily focus on you, basically, especially as an archer player. You don't have enough range to go and attack players from a higher range. So yeah, that was a small fight, and of course, now I'm gonna go and check what kind of merits we actually got from this small fight, right? 53 million, 53 not million, 53.3k from the Ruby and Galan, 32k from the Magrat and Zaida, 21 from Kinara Nigo, 40k from the Falgrim and Sibyl, and this is the hero pair, which Falgrim is like 5335, Sibyl is 5111, and yeah, Musyang with Thea, I guess Thunderdrake only did 10k damage, which means I'm not really sure how impressive this Thunderdrake is in open field PvP. Maybe whenever I'm gonna get third archer skill for the Thunderdrake, it will be better, but so far I'm not really liking how this new Warped is actually performing. And that's not even a new Warped, it's a seasonal feature for the Dragon Siege KVK, right? So let's hope that in last zone, whenever we're gonna have all the skills for the archers, it will perform better. But so far, it is what it is. We still got quite a lot of merits from this fight, more than 100k, which is nice. And of course, as always, if you like the video, press like, subscribe, share. It always gives me more and more motivation to make more content for this game. I wish everybody an amazing day, morning and night. We are going to see each other really, really soon. Bye bye and good luck.